Students watching, boys and girls in this classroom, we're ready to begin our cursive writing lesson. As we begin, let's take a moment and let's look over here on our board at all of our cursive letters. You're going to notice both the capital and the lowercase letters. I'm excited because very soon we will have learned how to write all of these letters carefully together. But first, let's see if we can identify some of these letters. Students watching, you be ready to identify right along with us. Let's start with this first set of letters, Victoria. Yes, it says, but what is its name? What is it? Did you get it, students watching? Let's look over here, and we'll see it with its clue word. Here we go. We're looking here. It says, but what is its name? What is that a picture of?
A horse.
So what comes at the beginning of horse? Our letter? Help out, Victoria. Ava, what is that letter?
H.
It is. What is this, Victoria? Here we can see it for phonics time, and over here we can see how to write it when we have our cursive time. It's the letter, remind me again, Victoria.
H.
It's the letter H. Go to this letter here and just our boys watching answer. And check their work, Emery.
N.
N is correct. Good work. Girls watching, answer this one. And check their work for us, Aslan.
V.
V is right. Let's have Tanner answer this.
H.
Good. Let's have Kobe.
K.
And that's K for Kobe. This one right over here, Titus.
T.
Good thinking. Students watching, I'm going to give you a hard one. Are you ready? This is just for our students watching. Good. Did you get it? Check their work, Benjamin.
W.
And what letter says W? Ooh, this one's a hard one. I said it was. Look right up. If we look at our phonics cards, we can see
Wagon.
a wagon. And what letter says W as in wagon? Duh.
W.
W is it. So let's look down again at our cursive letter W. And we saw our phonics letter W too. Let's do this one as our last one. Trey, tell me the letter you see. That's it. And that's the letter we'll be learning how to write in this lesson. So let's come over here to our board and let's see how we're going to make the letter C. If you look on my board, you're going to notice where letter C lives. Letter C lives in just one floor. And what floor does letter C live? Ava?
The downstairs.
It does. It only lives in the downstairs. And look over here on my card and you're going to notice something else about a letter C. I'll tell you, letter C reminds me of a cat, and specifically about the tail of a cat. Now, students watching, I don't know if you have a cat at home, or maybe some of our boys and girls do, but cats, they like to do what they like to do. They're not going to do what they're expected to do, and that's what our letter C is going to do. I love cats because they're always thinking. And letter C, it's not going to start where we expect it to. He's not going to start on the dotted line or the pink carpet. Instead, he's going to start just below that dotted line. We will curve like our cat's tail to the dotted line, curve down to the pink carpet, and curve up until we stop right at the downstairs midline. Watch me as I trace our lowercase c again. Start right here. We're underneath Kobe, the dotted line. We'll curve up to the dotted line, curve down to the pink carpet, and curve and stop at the downstairs midline. Now, does letter C start where we would expect it to start, Victoria? Does it start on a line? No. Just like a cat, it's going to start where it wants to, and it's going to start right underneath the dotted line. Let's come over to our video and let's watch our letter C. Remember, there's our cat ready to go. Letter C is like our cat's tail. We'll start underneath the dotted line. Curve up to the dotted line, curve down, touch that pink carpet, and then we'll curve to stop at the downstairs midline. Let's go back to our board, and I want us to notice how we're going to form our letter C. Where does letter C start, Emery? Does it start on a line? Right on a line? He says yes. Let's look over here, Emery. Is this right on a line? No, it's underneath. It's going to start underneath the dotted line. So we'll start underneath the dotted line, curve to the dotted line, curve down to the pink carpet, and then curve right back up to the downstairs midline. Students watching, boys and girls in this classroom, have your pointer finger ready to go. You make your letter C in the air. I'll make this one on the board. Curve to the dotted line, curve to the pink carpet, and curve to stop right at the downstairs midline. Now, I want to see if I have some students in our classroom who like cats just like I do. Is that you students watching? Now, I've got a dog at home, but I like cats too. Oh, I see so many cat lovers out here. All right, cat lovers. We're going to come over here and we want to make our kitty cats happy. We're going to make our kitty cats happy by having really good cat's tails. Why don't we have Benjamin come do this side for us here? And Titus, are you a cat lover? He says he likes cats. You come do our next letter C over there. While they're doing that, we're going to walk back over to the board and we're going to see if we can make our own cat's tails just like they can. So you go ahead and have your pointer finger ready. I'm going to make our letter C on our chalkboard. And we're going to start right underneath the dotted line. We're going to curve to the dotted line, curve down, touch that pink carpet, and then curve up to the downstairs midline. All right, let's take a moment and let's see how our boys did on our board. Are they really cat lovers and do really good cat tails? Let's come over here and we'll start with Benjamin's. Oh, I see a cat lover with Benjamin. Students watching. Look at his lowercase c. It's written so carefully. He curved to touch his dotted line. He curved and touched his pink carpet and then finished at the downstairs midline. I love this letter C, Benjamin. Over here, Titus, I think it was a really good start. I like your curves in it. We'll just smooth them out when they're on our paper, but a really good start with that one. Why don't we have Savvy come make a letter C right here on this dot, and let's have Aslan come make a letter C right there on that dot. Remember, we want smooth curves as we make our letter C. Why don't you use this pen right there, Savvy? While they're doing that, we'll put our pointer fingers up in the air. Students watching, you join us. You ready to make some cat's tails? Good, I see Emery's ready to go. We're ready, Tanner. We're going to curve up to the dotted line, curve down and touch that pink carpet, and curve up to the downstairs midline. Let's see how our ladies did on our board. Oh, Savvy had a really good start. Savvy, the only thing I think we'll work on is just touching lines, but do you see the curves on Savvy C? I like it. Good job, Savvy. You can have a seat. Pretty. I like that. Maybe the only thing is we'll work on a little more slant, especially when we get right to our paper. And let's get to our paper. So let's prepare for writing. Go ahead and tuck yourselves into your workstation. Make sure that you have your paper on a slant. Remember, we're working on slanted writing, and we want slanted curves for our letter C. Now, pick up your pencil and hold that pencil carefully. Make sure you've got good pencil position. How's your posture? Are you sitting up straight and tall? And now let's take our time as we write our name. Begin with your name right at the very top. Trey, I'm going to come over and help you with some slant. Remember, we want slanted writing, and that means our papers need to be on a slant. Good, Aria. Okay, so let's pause for just a moment, and we'll put that point right there on the star, and that's going to give you really good slants. Savvy, don't go ahead. And Savvy, let's see if we can make your name look like your name tag. Good, Aslan. Okay, if you can just cross that out and write it to the side, that's fine. All right, let's put our pencil point at the red dot of our blue letter C. We're going to curve and make our cat's tail. So let's curve all the way up to the dotted line. Curve down, touch that pink carpet, and then we'll curve up and stop right at the downstairs midline. Now let's go to house number 1. Our directions at house number 1 say to trace and write. So let's trace our letter C's and then do a whole row of neat, careful C's. going, Tanner. I like these. You're carefully touching every line. That means you're a good cursive writer. I love the slant. What a good job you're doing, Ava. Ooh, Aslan. There's some whiskers for your cat. Cute cat. So careful. Benjamin, letter C is your letter. Keep it up. How's it going? I like these. There's some whiskers for your cat. Let's do one together, Savvy. I'm going to tuck you in just a bit so you don't have to lean. Let's go right here. There we go. Curve and touch. Ooh, I like that C. You do one right there by yourself. Okay, Kobe. You got good curves, but we want some slant too. Make sure you stay right on that star. Try that letter C again, and let's have some good slant. They're beautiful. Good work. Students watching and boys and girls in our classroom, just put your pencil down for a moment, and let's look on our board as we have a blend I'd like us to practice together. Students watching, would you tell me the blend that you see on our board? And read this blend to us, Trey. Caw. That's it. Caw is correct. Notice how the letter C is going to connect to the letter O. It's a little bit of a challenge, so really be careful as you watch. We'll begin with our letter C. We're going to curve to the dotted line. Curve, Kobe. We'll touch that pink carpet. And then as we go into our letter O, we will go to the starting place of O, but notice what we're doing next. Then we go down, we retrace, we make our letter O, and we come out with our bird's wing. Watch me as I trace this again. Connecting the letter C to the letter O is a little bit more of a challenge, but we want to connect carefully. We're going to make our letter C just as we always do. Then, when we connect to O, we will go to the starting place of O. Retrace, make our letter O, crack our egg, and out comes our wing. Let's put our pointer fingers in the air, and students watching, I want you to trace this blend as I write it on the board. We'll start with our letter C. We'll curve, touch the dotted line, curve and touch the carpet. We'll go to where letter O starts. Then we'll retrace, touch that pink carpet, and finish our letter O with our crack and our wing. Let's look down at our paper. House number 2 has the blend we just practiced together. So let's practice it now on our paper. Remember, don't pick up your pencil in between the letters C and O. Instead, smoothly connect, retrace carefully, and make that good connection. So trace caw and then write it. Oh, that's it, Emery. Really nice. Good, slow and steady. You can do it, Savvy. Super. Good. So go to there and then retrace back down. Yes, that's it. Now practice it just the same way that you traced it. All right, Victoria, let's get right on there. Let's take our time and trace. I like that. We have a word that we're going to write now. Would you tell us the word we need to practice, Titus?
Caught.
Yes, we'll trace caught and then write it. Remember again that C-O connection. Take your time and touch every line. Students watching, I want you to take your time and finish this paper with your on-site teacher.